I want to start by thanking you for being diligent and watching these lessons online. In our lesson today, we're looking at lesson 8.9, finding a percent of a number, and our objective is I can find the percent of a number. So by the end of the lesson, you should be able to do that. To start with, I have a word problem for us to look at. It says, it's cold season again at Pinewood, and 30% of the 480 students at school have caught a cold. How many students have a cold? As you can tell, maybe, right now I have a cold as well, so this problem seemed quite fitting. So, let's take a look at how we are going to solve this problem. The first thing that I notice is that in this word problem, I have the word of. Of, as you can remember, means what? Multiply. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be finding 30% of my 480 students. So I take my 480 and I multiply it times 30%. Now, I need to change that so that it's written as a decimal, 0.30. I do my multiplication, I have my magic 0. I put my magic 0 down here in my second line. Now I'm multiplying by my 3. 24. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2, 14. Okay, I take my two numbers here, I add them together. 0, 0, 4, 4, 1. And now I look back at my problem and I say, okay, my decimal point from where it would originally be, it is 2 places over. See how I have that? 1, 2 places over. So in my answer, I need to go 1, 2 places over. My decimal point goes there in my answer. And it says 144. So that means that of my 480 students, 144 of them have a cold. That's a lot of Kleenexes that you'd need to buy, right? 144 have a cold. Now, let's say that I wanted to take this problem a step further and look at it and say, how many students do not have a cold? All right, this would make it into a two-step problem. All right, so from here, I would have still had to do my whole multiplication problem in order to figure out how many do have the cold, and then I would have to take my total of 480 students and subtract out my students who do have a cold. 10 minus 4, I have 6. 7 minus 4, 3. 4 minus 1, 3. That means that 336 students don't have a cold. Okay. Moving on here, I have a few different problems from a StudyLink book page that we are going to look at. So, up at the top, it says, example, the list price for a toaster is $45. The toaster is sold at a 12% discount. So that means 12% off or 12% of the list price. What are the savings? Reminder, 12% equals 12 over 100, which is equal to 0.12. So with your paper, you would be doing a multiplication problem just like they showed you here, because of means multiply, and they get their final answer. Let's take a look down a little bit below here and see if we can figure out for, down here is where I'm at now, for our clock radio, calculator, sweater, and tent. So the clock radio, list price is $33 and they're giving us a 20% discount. Alright, so what I'm going to do is the same thing just as I did in my word problem here. I'm going to take my $33, I'll show my work up at the top, $33, and I'm going to take 20% of that. I do my multiplication, my magic 0 goes in, 6, 6. I add 0, 0, 0, 6, 6. All right, and I have 2 decimal places over in my original problem, so I'm going to go 1, 2 here. No, I'm sorry, I have 4 because look at this. I have 1, 2 in this part, and I have 1, 2 in this part here. So that's a total of 4. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. My decimal point goes in here. Now, with dollars, as you know, you only go 2 places out. So this tells me my estimated, or that my calculated discount is $6.60. So if I wanted to figure out the price after the discount, I would take my original price here, and I would subtract my calculated discount. All right, for the calculator is $60. It is on a 7% discount. I'd like you to pause the video and try this problem out and see if you get the same answer as me. Okay, so $60. And it's a 7% discount. Now notice here, this is 7%. I hope you didn't write 0.7 because that would be 70%. You don't want to do that. Put my magic 0 in, show my work. 7 times 6 is 42. Magic 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I do my adding. 0, 0, 0, 2, 4. And I look back at my original problem and I say, well, this one has 1, 2 places over from the decimal. This one has 1, 2 over. That's a total of 4. So in my answer, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. My decimal point goes right here. So it's $4.20 off the price is what you are saving there. Okay, so I would like you to try to figure out for the sweater and the tent. The sweater says it is a list price of $20 and it's 42% off. And the tent says it's originally $180 and it's 30% off. So tomorrow I would like you to come with those 2 problems completed, and then we will go over them together in class. So going back to our objectives again for today. Objective, I can find the percent of a number. If you can say at the end of this lesson that yes, I can do that, that is great. That means that we met our objective. Please, please, please remember, bring any questions that you have with you to class tomorrow, and we will talk about it then. Thanks for watching.